Simon Collins, and I'm 34.
Do you download music?
Not that often.
When you do you illegally download music or do you buy music?
When I was younger, I must admit I did illegally do it, but now I would do it legally.
Okay, roughly how much would you say you spent on these sites?
In a year?
Or weekly or daily?
Not that much. If I do get stuff, I tend to prefer the kind of CD, so not probably £10 over the year, something like that.
Would you say the quality of music is different between pirate music and music that you buy?
Definitely.
What sites did you use to legally or illegally download?
Legally, recently I used Amazon. I've got their new download service. When it was illegal, it was Kazaa.
How did you find out about these sites?
Amazon was simply looking for a hard copy version of it, found it too expensive, so downloaded it. Kazaa was actually just through friends, I suppose.
How effective are these sites compared to one another? Is an illegal website easier to use than a legal website?
I think illegal is harder because you can't. The software that you end up downloading, you can't always trust, and it's sometimes a bit confusing. Whereas Amazon was much more of a web-based experience. 2 or 3 clicks and you've bought it.
Why do you think people would risk being fined for pirate music as opposed to just buying it?
I think it's because actually when you look on the internet, people assume that they can get everything for free. So if you can go and get, Internet Explorer as a piece of software for free, or you can go and get OpenOffice for free, then everything else should be free. And I think it's because they're not touching it, they can't physically feel the product, then it doesn't seem so illegal. If you had to go into a shop and steal a CD or a record, I think that people would have a different view of it.
Do you believe that people could actually get in trouble for illegally downloading music, or is it just a myth?
I think 10 years ago, 5-10 years ago, when it first started, I think it was probably an old wives' tale that people were watching what you're doing. I think now, with computers being able to monitor what you're doing, they track what your activity. It's not a myth anymore, and there are people that are getting done.
Is it fair to say that the prices of music are expensive, especially as artists are already asking you to buy their album?
I think actually to download a single track at say 79p or £1 is actually quite a lot of money, especially when there is no overheads to that with the technology. I think to download an album at $4.99, $6.99, something like that is actually quite reasonable.
What price would you say is a reasonable price for music?
Reasonable for a CD is probably £5 to £7, I'd say.
Why do you think that people wouldn't support their favourite artist and buy their music as opposed to legally downloading it?
Some people feel it's their right to be able to have the music of their chosen artist. You hear it on the radio, that's free, so why can't I have it for free? I think a true fan would realise that they should be paying for the stuff that people have produced. But also I think that when you're looking at the artists and they're out there spending millions of pounds on houses, thousands of pounds on motor cars, living that lifestyle, I suppose people put 2 and 2 together and go, actually, why should I fund that when they've got enough?
75% of the downloader community who illegally download music are teenagers. Why do you think this is?
I think cost is a big implication for them. If you're only getting £10, let's say if you're lucky, if you're getting £10 a week from your parents, that's maybe one album, so why would you go out and buy it if you can go out and get it for free? And I think also it's more about education. A place like here, hopefully the students would see that it's their livelihood, it's someone's livelihood, and you wouldn't take that away from someone in a shop, so why should you be taking it away from someone just because they put it online?
What do you think the attraction is to getting something illegally?
The attraction, if you're in a shop, I think there's a thrill. I think people stealing something from a shop, there's a thrill. Downloading it illegally, there's still a thrill. It's not quite so thrilling, I suppose, for the individual, but in the same respect, they're still doing something illegal. But it's getting something for nothing. We all want something for nothing in life, and I think that's probably why people want to do it.
Do you think that illegal music streaming is effectively damaging the music industry as a whole?
I think the music industry have had their share of the good times. I think they misunderstood the digital revolution that's happened over the last 5 to 10 years, and they battled against it and didn't embrace it. And I think that's probably a fault of theirs. I think they get there with it. Is it damaging it? I don't think it is. I think that anything that allows the individual artist to get out there easier than having to go through the record labels is of benefit. So yeah, I don't think it's damaging it. I think it's changing it.
Do you believe that people would ever stop illegally downloading music?
Not at all. They're always going to do it. You're not going to stop it. You can curb it, but as I said to you before, I think it's about education.
Do you have any suggestions on the ways the music industry can possibly do so?
Get off your high horse about illegal downloading. Embrace it. Give things away to these people for free. Give them something back, and accept that actually, you know, the internet and technology runs the music industry now. The user runs the music industry, not a small minority of firms at the top end.
Thank you, sir.